clap us in, if you will.
Perfect. Best I could do.
Hey, welcome to the Too Much Podcast.
Hey.
Hey.
Yay.
It's your two favorite girls.
Hadn't seen you in a while.
Hey, South Carolina girls best in the world.
Grits, baby. Girls raised in the South. That's us. Hayden.
Yeah.
Well, happy Monday. Number one.
Happy episode day.
Happy episode day and happy episode 12.
Yes and amen. Thank God.
We've hit a dozen.
Not a baker's.
No. Hate that our brains both went there.
We both went to baker's dozen.
But I was wrong and you were right. I was going to say, no, I saying it ain't a baker's?
You were going to say it was a baker's. I was saying it ain't.
Yeah.
And it ain't.
But
next week.
But you know I ain't a baker. Well, next week's... let me tell you.
What?
Okay, well, you know, a little update about me. You know, I've gotten into life path numbers. And by gotten into, I've Googled it one time.
What do you mean life path numbers?
Let me explain. I don't have a great explanation, but I'm going to do more research. Let me just start. This is how I start things, okay?
Okay.
I become obsessed. I do a little bit of research, then just kind of discover it on my own. And then when people start asking questions, that's when I go do the real research. Okay?
Okay.
That's my process. That said.
Okay.
The other day, we were having dinner with Clay's family, and Clay has an older sister, Heather, whom I love and adore.
Okay.
And she is my soul tie to the the weird woo-woo.
The coexist in you.
Yeah, the coexist in me. She literally lives in a surf town in Florida.
Cute.
Built their own house by hand.
Surfboards?
Yes, literally from surfboards. Her son is literally a pro surfer at the age of 12.
Right. Your dream.
Yeah, my dream. She's living what would have been my life in a different life. You know what I'm saying? That is my soul tie. I just feel like we are sisters.
Yep.
In all of our lives. Anyways, so the other day we're talking, and this is for another episode, but we were talking about how we thought that my in-laws, her parents' house is haunted.
Ooh,
we'll get to that another day.
What's the neighborhood he lives in?
I don't think it's a neighborhood, but it's the Anderson. Yeah, Keithwood. Yeah. I had suspicions, and then they all started talking about it, and I was like, wait, this is crazy. The month we lived with them, let me tell you some stories. So.
When was the house built?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
Is this an 80s ghost?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no Victorian here. No. This is an 80s ghost. And she's spunky, but also kind of scary. She's moody.
Like how I would be.
Exactly how you would be. You would, though, be an 80s ghost calling yourself Victorian. You would have a whole backstory about how you were actually born in the 1800s.
And how I drowned.
And no one understood you. Exactly the most dramatic way to die.
Yeah.
And it would be such a thing. Yeah.
So I'm 80s presenting, but Victorian identifying.
80s hair, Victorian clothes.
Got it. Perfect.
You can't actually escape it. Everyone's looking at you like something's off.
Something's off.
It's because it is.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, we were chatting and she's like, well, my life path number is something. And I was like, wait,
tell me everything.
And so then I was like, talk to me about this. So then I was like, okay, well, this is really weird. And I think I told you this the other day, because this is when I started to discover it. I was like, okay, tell me this. I see the number 137 everywhere. Have for years and years and years.
Is that your life path number?
So I Googled it the other day, because I was like, what does 137 mean? I'm not joking. I remember being in middle school and noticing this number.
That's my parents' street address growing up.
I'm telling you, yes, and I'm telling you, when you sent it to me the first time, I promise you I noticed it. I promise you I noticed it, because I notice it everywhere. It is everywhere. I look at the time every single day at 1:37, and I do not mean to. Okay. It is wild. It is everywhere. It's been in bank accounts. It's just been everywhere is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So 137. So I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? And she's kind of like, we ended up getting onto the haunted house conversation. We really kind of stopped talking about life path, but it stuck with me, because I was like, wait, what do you mean? Because hers was 9 or 7 or something like that.
Okay.
So I Google at 2 a.m. when I can't sleep, because jet lag is still very real, even though 3 weeks post Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Which
my heart song.
Literally.
Hawaii.
I'm meant to be there. I'm meant to be Moana. There. I am Moana. I just had Moana gummies from you.
I've been listening to the grandmother say that undertow and the waves.
Yes.
The water is mischievous.
Well, you know,
ha!
She... You talk about a spirit animal. That is how that is me.
You are a stingray.
That is me. I'm ready to get the tattoo, become a stingray in another life, and just like live my best life.
And just dive on in.
So I say all this to say, I Google it at like 3 a.m. because I'm just bored and I'm like, okay, I gotta know what this means. And basically it says like 137 isn't a life path number. Life or path numbers go up to 10 or go up to 13, I think. But you are supposed to add the 3 numbers up, so 1, 3, and 7,
okay,
which equals 11. And 11 is a very, very specific and also kind of like special life path number. Something else to be said, my birthday is 11/11.
Yeah.
Let us just...
Hey.
Just saying.
Hey.
So then I'm like, whoa. And literally I'm like reading it and I'm like,
it's me.
This is it. It's talking about like you have a very real interest in spirituality, and so you always are asking questions and you're wondering why. You're like bent to be more creative and you like see the world in a different way. Like it was wild. And so I'm like, okay, what does this mean? Like what
is life path?
I'm still figuring that out.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, I think it's real and I can't wait to bring the whole segment here.
I have 2 things to say.
Tell me.
The first is about the woo woo wah wah whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Michael tagged me on Facebook.
Oh God, not on the Facebook.
On a tarot card reader's post and said, you should have her on for the pod.
Is she local? Let's call her right now. I would love nothing more. Literally, I got told yesterday that we should add a me telling the future segment.
Oh my God.
I said we should.
Oh my God.
I love nothing more. I would make up the most random things and it would be so funny.
And accurate, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it would too, I'm telling you.
So that's the first thing, which I think is hilarious. The second thing is...
Also, we gotta get that boy off Facebook.
And you know...
Better for everyone.
He does all his networking.
Yeah.
It's the Facebook of it all. Okay, so second thing, in regards to numbers.
Okay.
I saw this meme. I just thought it was funny. It has nothing to do with life path, but I thought it was funny because it's so true. It said that 3 times 7 equaling 21 is so cunty.
I understand that.
And
no, I really do.
8 times 7 equals 56? Or
yeah.
Is so straight white male.
No, I see that.
And it said it, like I read it and was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I see that.
And it's always like a 3rd grade me knew this.
Yeah.
Knew that 7 times 3 equaling 21 is cunty.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we even knew the word, it was like something about this.
Something about this.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now where my brain's going. 8 times 8, 64, mush.
For me, 6 times mush. 8 equaling 48.
Boss babe.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
I hear like a light of the world.
Okay.
Also,
not where I saw you going.
No, like it just like brought joy to me, which is weird because I'm not an even number person.
Right. No, we are big odd number girls.
And it's because I like to be contrarian, I think.
Okay.
I feel like odd numbers are contrarian.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's the like creative in us.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, I went on a real deep spiral on Chicken Shop Date.
Yes. That's a good spiral to go down.
Great spiral. But I saw a clip where Amelia was on a date with Phineas.
Yes. Okay, yes.
And she calls him something where he can like read auras or like read colors. And it's like called something.
Yes. You know, I'm into this too.
He said her aura color was bone. And I thought that's the funniest thing you could have ever said. And it was like so, and that's the thing that I like about Chicken Shop Date is I don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah. Oh no. No. Yeah. And that's why she's so good.
I know.
Yeah.
And so him saying that and her being like first offended, but then kind of into it.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening? I love it.
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's like, I do not understand how they don't fall in love by the end on every episode. It doesn't matter who's on there. I'm like, the chemistry, like
she's just so good at it.
She's so good, and I'm just like, this is everything to me. This is everything every date should ever be.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
it does give you the first date butterflies every single time.
100%. Yeah. Now I'm still Andrew Garfield.
I know
forever.
I know. Did you see the follow-up interview on the red carpet?
I think I saw a clip about it, but okay, give me the details. I can't remember.
Again, it's fresh in my head.
Good.
First, they meet on the red carpet when she's doing the mini champagne toast.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And he, in all seriousness, in this gorgeous, perfect man that he is like, she's like, oh, when am I going to have you? When are we going to go on a date? You know, she's flirting, whatever. And he's like, you know, you have your people call my people, being funny. And then he like looks at her and like grabs her arm, like her upper arm, and he's like, no, but seriously, you are so good at what you do. I value it. It is such a good space.
Yes, I love.
For what it is. So that happens, and she, like, it's post. Do you remember Emma Chamberlain when Jack Harlow told her, I love you?
Yes.
That's her face after. Yeah. And you tell me I don't know shit.
I know. I'm actually, like, this is the most, your nails last week and you talking about this right now is the most proud I've been of you in years.
Okay, so she gives an Emma Chamberlain face post that, and she's like, and she has her tiny champagne glass. That's their first meet. Then they have the date, and I'm sure they've, like, met anywhere in between, and it, you know, goes viral, like, whatever. Well, then there's another time where she's on the red carpet with him again, and she's like, it's after the chicken shop date.
Yeah.
And so they're, like, kind of looking at each other, like, grinning and being like, whatever. And he's like, funny meeting you here. And he says, I only want to see you. And then pauses. And she goes, what? And he goes, in these scenarios. And he was like, I wasn't finished. And she was like, what?
Honestly, that breaks my heart.
But no. What he was saying was, it broke my heart too at first. But then he continued, which, whether or not he's just a swindler, who's to say?
Yeah, who's to say?
He said, because if I saw you outside of this, I'm scared of what this would be.
Don't be scared. Jump in.
Then he said, she was like, yeah, well, I wanted to invite you to my birthday party. He said, when's your birthday? She said, January 30th. He said, what's your sign? She said, it's Aquarius. And he said, oh, God. She's like, not good. He was like, no, perfect match for me.
I want to know what the perfect match for Aquarius is.
I don't know, but if they're not fucking and filming it, I'm pissed. Do it in the chicken shop. I've got to see it. The chemistry's palpable.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I feel like I remember seeing the clips, but I didn't ever get to actually hear what they said. So
you got to go on the deep dive.
That's an incredible.
Yes.
That's incredible news to hear this morning, honestly, and needed on this dreary day. Yeah, no, I'm desperate for them to fall in love. And what's actually funny is the first time when I watched that actual episode of Chicken Shop Date was the night after I saw Sabrina Carpenter in concert. Ooh. So honestly, could go up as like one of the best days of my life, truthfully.
Hey Morgan, what's the best day of your life? Well, I did see this artist, but also, have you heard of Chicken Shop Date?
Yeah, I mean, but for the fact that I got to experience both at the same day,
yeah,
it's wild that I could handle that much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sabrina's Chicken Shop Date was good.
Yes, because she's funny. People do not understand that.
I know she's funny.
She is funny, and I love that about her. Mm-hmm. She was hilarious, like at her concert, which I feel like is a huge deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like it's one thing to perform really well. It's another thing to dance really well. It's another thing to interact with the crowd well. On top of that, you're funny.
Yeah. She's been in the industry since she was born.
She has. And I will say she's, again, cannot wait for Hot Girl, Funny Girl episode. But before that, she's the one, there's very few exceptions.
Yeah.
And she's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so are we.
Of course. Look at us.
Look at us.
We've never looked better.
Look at us.
We're just a couple of couch potatoes.
Just got the roots in the ground. I was listening to,
do you think you could pick me up?
You want to try?
Maybe after.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have strength.
Yeah, I think I could probably pick you up depending on the position we're in.
Yeah, but I don't think that...
I think straight off the ground like a baby, no.
Yeah.
But I could use my legs, though, I think.
I think you could piggyback ride on me.
I could definitely give you a piggyback ride. That I know for sure. That I'm certain of.
That I know for sure. As for me in my house, I can piggyback ride you.
That's right.
Okay. What are we talking about? No, wait. Is there anything else what is my life path number? How do you know?
That's the thing. We have to figure it out. I have a feeling it's 10.
Well, and
I do know.
I hate that it's even, but 10 is it.
10 is it. I really think it
November
is.
November 10th is my volleyball number. That was my softball number.
You never told me this.
Yeah, but I chose it because of November 10th.
No, but still,
mm-hmm.
That means something. We're gonna deep dive, because that's the thing I got to do some research on. Is I don't actually know how you figured it out. Mine was just like I cannot escape this number. But
I will say
everywhere.
7 plus 3 has always meant something.
Yeah, just like 7 times 3.
I know.
So,
but 7 plus 3 is 10.
No, I know. But also 7 times 3
is cunty.
Exactly.
And if anyone's cunty, it's me.
It's you. First word that
comes to mind. Hayden Wilson.
Word association.
Cunty.
Yeah. With a capital K.
No, I do think 10.
I really think it's 10. Because we're not going to have the same number, but it makes sense that they're close.
Because of the birthdays.
Right.
Old Veterans Day over here.
Old Veterans Day. Always loved the assemblies because I most of the time could finagle my way out of like skipping school, getting out of school, or just like the general just like energy of an assembly, you know. I really
like they're celebrating.
Yeah, it felt like it was my
Happy birthday to Morgan.
Happy birthday to me. I always thought like it would be so cool if just really quick they were like, let me sing to Morgan, but never happened.
Or let Morgan sing for her EGOT.
And that would have been even better. So true. That's me being small minded. Thank you for opening my mind.
Hey, you're welcome.
I needed a little.
Okay, today. Okay, what?
Yeah.
Before we do this, I want to put it out in the ether.
Okay.
That we have creative brainstorms and we know what we want to talk about. What I want to know is what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
So we've kind of gone back and forth, and it's been like, okay, we're not, unfortunately at this point in our life, we cannot be a current events podcast.
Yeah.
Because trying to find time where the both of us are available and my children aren't home.
On like a to be that day of relevant kind of vibes.
Correct.
We are going to bring more current events because I have seen the DMs that you guys are asking for 100%.
Yeah,
but
it might be a social segment.
Yes. Yeah. Like let's just talk about what's been going on and our takes on it.
Also, you should see how long it takes to upload a podcast. It's startling.
I'm telling you. Everyone's like, everyone has a podcast. Everyone has a podcast.
If you're podcasting, you're hustling. And I swear to God, I see you.
Yes. With a capital H, you are hustling. It is not for the faint of heart.
I have become an IT manager.
Literally, she has. And I wish that I could be like me too. I haven't.
I'm just going to tell you, it's not pretty.
No, but you end up figuring it out.
If I can do anything, it's figured out.
And that's what's really incredible is there's just something, there's like a mental block for me.
I've got FBI agent energy.
You do. And you've got energy that you will not stop until it's done.
And it's the squirrel from my sage.
That's true. We found your spirit animal.
It's literally, that is who I am.
Your cartoon is the squirrel from Ice Age. Mine is the grandma from Moana. Yes. And that's extremely accurate, actually.
Yes.
I would love to see a crossover episode on that.
Well, it kind of works, though. You're in Hawaii and I'm in the ice.
And that... Exactly. Exactly. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Anyways, current events are going to happen, but more probably on a social segment vibe. But we're funny and we know it.
Yeah. So
we could cut shit all day. Is that how you say it? I don't think cut shit's it, but let's say it is.
I think it's
shoot shit. We could shoot shit all day
and cut up. I think that's what you meant.
And you know.
Yep. There it is. Yeah. Yep. There it is. Keep it in, producer.
And if that's what we need to do, like I'm down to clown.
Yeah.
I'll talk about ourselves. I will cut.
We'll tell stories.
It up all day.
Yeah.
I will shoot the shit all day. We'll tell stories. Like that's great. Do you want that? Or do you want lore? Or do you want... What do you want?
Yeah.
Is it lore?
Yeah, like do you...
Guys, do you want lore?
Tell us!
From Morgan, do you want the lore?
She's going to continue to do this until we talk about it. But, which maybe we will, who's to say, if I'm feeling crazy. Here's the deal. Yeah, we want to know because this podcast is as much for us as it is for you. Like, we have a great time doing it. We have so much fun, but it actually is for you, and we want it to be enjoyable and we've entertaining. Loved nothing more than y'all's like text, DMs, chats literally on the street of like, oh my gosh, I was listening to this episode and I'm laughing so hard or whatever.
Should we take it to the street?
No. We have mics. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Can you imagine us screaming on the street? We'd literally get put in jail.
Literally, Greenville would for
two tall girls
tolerate
running around
for 2 seconds. Yeah, hey, criminals on the loose, get them out.
Yep, under arrest.
Yeah, and understandably so. But no, we really do want to know because we'll tell. I mean, literally, like we'll go either. We'll do tons of things. We can do segments.
Right.
We have lots of fun, creative things, kind of like
in the pipeline.
Yes, but it's just.
But this is episode 12.
Yeah,
I think we're looking at 18 to 20 for season 1.
Yeah,
and then. This is shooting us into the stratosphere.
Yeah. We have to learn. We have to figure out how to win the internet. That's the battle that we're facing right now.
That's millennials trying to do the
100%.
And
it's tough out here. But
you know what? I think we can find a 14-year-old and let him go to town.
So true. Let's go over to Beck Academy and just see who's out there.
Who's got an iPhone?
Both my nieces are in middle school. I bet they can figure it out. But they're off smartphones, which is why I love them so much. They don't have a smartphone.
We need to find someone.
They don't even have a phone, I don't think.
With negligent parents.
Where can we find that?
We sound like predators.
Yes, we do.
Anyone know any kids with parents who don't love them? Anybody know who kids with parents who don't love them?
Oh yeah, that's kids for hire.
Oh God! All of that to say, today we're going to talk about how we met, which there is controversy around.
There is, has been for years,
and I can't wait to battle it out.
I mean, it ended in us screaming at a Mexican restaurant at each other. Which doesn't it always in that way? But
doesn't it always?
No matter the subject matter.
No matter the subject matter, we're gonna be in a restaurant, Mexican, preferably, always. Screaming at each other.
Yep, over some guac and cheese dip because we're gonna get both.
And a Diet Coke.
Yep,
with a pack of lemon in it for me and for you.
Depends on the day.
A water too, because Clay's on your ass about water.
Every time I'm always gonna order a water. I'm gonna take 2 sips, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry for the dish that I just made.
So sorry for you having to clean this dish.
Yeah.
So all of that to say, please tell us what you want to hear. Like, even if it's like, I don't know if I should say it. Like, just say it.
Yeah.
Just like.
Oh, the crazier the better.
Yeah. I like being asked. I like being told what to do.
I hate you.
Well, I have decision fatigue.
God, if I haven't heard that 6 million times. I'm telling y'all, the thing that's going to take... There's a couple of things that's going to take me and Hayden out. One of them is her inability to make a decision. But then, here's the thing. And most of the time, I'm going to say, most of the time in my life, I am the decision maker.
It's not an inability.
Yes, it is.
It's a lack of desire to.
Same diff.
But
then the thing is, here's the thing. She's going to look at me. You're right, because it's not an inability. She's going to look at me and go, I have decision fatigue. She told me this in Hawaii, the middle of paradise, where she hasn't made a decision in 5 days. I said, I hate to tell you.
There's no statute of limitations on decision fatigue, baby.
And first of all, yes, there is. And I just made it right now. And I literally, it doesn't matter what it is. She's going to look at me and she's going to go, I don't know. I have decision fatigue. I just need you to decide. And again, in most spaces in my life, I am the decision maker. Like, that is just how I've landed in life. I don't know that I saw it coming with us, but I've landed here yet again.
Well, it didn't used to be this way.
Right.
I was very opinionated.
Exactly.
And then I had kids.
And then things fell apart. Just kidding.
I am sorry for ruining your life by having children.
There are days that I'm like, you didn't think about this, did you?
You didn't consider me in the whole
plot. You were considering
me
when you were thinking, maybe let's have some kids. I'm like, interesting. I feel like if I was involved, things would have been different, but it's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I love Goo and Doo so much.
Not Goo and Doo.
They're my puppy dog and my kitty cat, and I love them so much.
Oh man,
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I sent Hayden a reel.
Yes.
And it was this girl walking into this house party, and it's like picking up my best friend's kid when their mom said no at like some house party, and I was like, if that is not going to be me to lark, because Gus is going to be too. I don't think he's going to go to house parties. No. He's going to be too good.
He's going to be hanging out with Clay on the link.
Literally,
he's going to be doing pickleball.
Exactly.
He's asked for Clay to teach him how to play pickleball.
Isn't that fun?
Not pickleball? I'm sorry, tennis.
Now tennis. Clay would eat that up.
Michael said, he said, I want to know how, he said, when can I learn to play tennis? Michael said, you need to talk to Uncle Clay. And he said, when can I talk to Uncle Clay? And then Clay gets here and he says, come here, let me show you how fast I can go on my bike.
Yeah. He did get a little distracted by the bike last time we were here. But no, Clay would love nothing more, because Clay, if you didn't know, this is another little piece of history for him. He has a visceral hate for pickleball, which is
because it's not tennis.
Yeah. Tennis is our first love. I actually got him into tennis. He's never going to admit that, but I got him into it. And he did become obsessed, which I'm so proud of him. I love that he has a hobby. I love that he's like getting active. He's obsessed, but now is viscerally against pickleball, which again is very controversial because pickleball is the thing.
So he won't play it.
He won't.
Wow.
He played one time.
Hated it.
And it was the first time we went to the lake with Derek and Callie. We were drunk off our asses.
Oh, I remember the story. Yeah.
And they swindled us. They said, let's go on a golf cart ride.
That's how they did.
And the golf cart ride was to the pickleball courts. And I was in jean shorts and Callie's Hokas.
I remember this. Callie's Hokas.
Callie's Hokas.
2 sizes too small.
2 sizes too small. But cushy. I'll give them that.
The Hokas it's like walking on a
They're
cloud.
comfortable. I get why nurses wear them.
I get why elderly patients wear them.
I do. They're comfortable. Not for me, but I understand why other people do. And I'm telling you, I was walking around in circles on that pickleball court. I had no idea what was going on.
You said, what day is it?
They were trying to explain the rules to me. I was like, literally, what is happening? Where is my premium
margaritas? Is it not just tennis with different stuff?
No.
We don't need to get into it. Yeah. I don't need to know. This is a need to know basis.
Here's my take on it for you. Without me, you'd be pickleballing. And I don't know what that means exactly, but I just know that that's true.
I think
if I wasn't in your life, you'd be pickleballing.
If you had seen how I hold a tennis racket.
No. It's not a tennis racket. It's basically a ping pong paddle.
Have you seen me hold a ping pong paddle?
I'm sure it's pretty bad too. But I'm just saying, and I know this to my core, and I can't explain why. Without me, you'd be on the pickleball court. Not tennis.
I know my strengths.
Yeah.
And you're probably right.
I am. I'm telling you. It wouldn't be tennis. You might have started at tennis.
Do you want to tell them about your Tate McRae theory or no?
We can. Do you want me to tell them about it?
I don't care.
Yeah, let's tell them. Okay. So I think y'all have heard me tell. Yeah. I told y'all what happened when I played sports car.
The orgy music.
Yeah. If you can see my eyes,
it's Britney Spears toxic for our generation.
For
their
generation.
The
next generation, yes.
And so I'm acting like a mother.
Exactly.
To Britney Spears toxic, reasonable.
Or
I'm a mother.
Insane.
What do you want me to say?
Insane and embarrassing is really what I would say.
Okay.
So we first day in Hawaii, you know the story. We're in the car. We're so excited. We're in the Suburban. We're headed to the grocery store doing our thing.
Skirting.
They're like, what's the vibes, guys? What's the vibes? And I'm like, guys, I've got the vibe. Don't you worry. I turn on sports car because I'm like, that is it. It had been out a week, maybe. No, I don't even know if it had been out a week. I cranked that thing up and immediately everyone in the car, except for Clay, is like, huh? What is?
Well, Michael is an elderly man.
He is.
And
yep.
There's his first problem.
Yep. And never gonna. Yeah.
Nope. Me. I'm a mother.
And
mother.
Oh, mother.
Callie and Derek, retirement home,
retirement community. That's
they're in a retirement, and they will buck against that.
They will.
And they live in one right now.
They do. And it's perfect for them.
It is literally their shit. They love an amenity.
Yes, they love an amenity. They love a community. They love being able to walk everywhere.
They love a community that they don't have to talk to. Callie. Derek has to be able to talk. Derek has to have access to a community he can talk to that Callie can ignore.
Exactly. And it works out perfect in the retirement community. And so
she can have her UPS guy that she's friends with, and that's it.
Absolutely. And she's going to get her packages, and she's going to sit on the couch and rot for 15 hours in on a Saturday. And she's going to live her best life. And I'm jealous of it. Yep. I wish my heart rate could go down enough to where I could do that. The Fetterme will not let me.
The fentanyl that I'm taking.
Yeah, I crave Callie's rot days more than I crave probably anything in the world. And I cannot physically do it.
And I'm telling you right now, if you believe hard enough, you can.
That's what people have always told me. And I can't do it. But anyways, I get all this to say. So I'm friends with grandparents, okay? I didn't see this for myself either, but here we are. So everyone's like, wow, that's some crazy music. This is some crazy. Yep. Hayden's literally screaming in the back, what's the orgy music? And I'm like, this is worse than bringing my grandmother into Hollister when I was in the 7th grade. Like, what is happening?
Not sassy.
Sassy. And God love her. She's perfect.
She can't go.
But I'll tell you one place she doesn't thrive is Hollister.
I'm going to tell you who does.
Me.
Music's too loud. It's too dark. Can't see shit.
Oh my God!
And the pants don't fit.
You're insane. First of all, it's dark, perfect for stealing. It's loud, perfect for vibing.
Again, stealing, perfect. Done.
The workers, so hot, great for admiring. It was perfect. It was perfect times. It was perfect times. Anyways, I say this to say, so we're in the car and I am flabbergasted. I'm literally sitting in this chair in this Suburban thinking, what have I done? Like, I'm questioning everything in my life. Who are my friends? Where am I? What's happening? They don't even know. Like, I'm like, guys, it's Tate McRae. And they're like, huh? And I'm like, I should have known. And yet I'm appalled every time. And so I've been thinking about this because, as we've talked about before, she also has this weird thing with Sabrina Carpenter. And I'm like, if there's two gals that you're going to have something against, I cannot fathom it being those two. They are pop stars to their core. They are perfect. They are so good at their craft. It's unreal. And so I again, this is stuck with me, okay? Specifically with Hayden, because I'm like, why? Like, Derek and Callie don't listen to music.
Figure me out.
Like, Derek and Callie don't listen to music, so I'm kind of like, that makes sense. Like, they just don't care. Michael, lost cause.
Yeah,
we've already
we can't help him. Yeah,
but I'm like, Hayden, there's something there. I've got to break this. So I've been trying to figure it out because she loves Taylor, she loves Gracie.
I
like
love
you
being
do.
thought about.
And I know that she's obsessed with this. And the fact that I even texted her that I had a theory, she was like,
I said, tell me everything.
Obsessed.
Tell me.
So I'm just like, I've got to fix this in her. So I'm driving the other day, and I don't know if anyone has seen this, but you know, Sabrina's on tour in Europe. She's doing fabulous. I watch all the TikToks every night. And there's been a little bit of like discourse or whatever, because parents are saying she's too sexual. Which I'm saying is insane because she never claimed to be a pop star for your 12-year-old, right. Ever. Right. It's the same claims Britney Spears got 20 years ago.
Yeah.
She never claimed that her fan base is 12 years old. Like,
right. She just looks 12 years old, therefore the 12-year-olds feel kindred spirit with her.
Not even close. But again, another cold take, and I'm sorry you had to hear it. I normally take it on the chin for you guys, and I'm sorry you had to be there for that.
Couldn't stop me.
I say this to say, so I'm like, yeah, she like if your 12-year-old loves Sabrina Carpenter, that's amazing. If I ever have children, their lullabies will be Sabrina Carpenter. Can promise you that.
Mine are Phoebe Bridgers.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like that's the vibes, you know. Like, I love that you're 12-year-old, but you can't get mad at her because she never said that her fan base was 12. She's not trying to place JoJo Siwa. Like, she's not trying to be on Disney Channel. Like, yep. That's not her vibe. So, anyways, and that's my opinion on that. Again, if you disagree, that's totally fine.
Come at her.
Don't.
Let's fight.
I'm not ready for that. Except, honestly, for Sabrina, I will fight. So I say this to say, I'm like thinking, and I'm just listening to, like, because again, I mean, I was listening to the Tate McRae album the other day, and I'm coming down Church Street, and I'm listening to Miss Possessive, and I'm just like, this is so good. Like, this makes me want to be in a club in Miami and just dancing. Like, it is so good. And it hits me. Who's my most sex positive friend? Hayden. Never mind.
Here we go.
I'm telling you though, I can just promise you probably already know this, but she is. She's talking about it all the time, wants it all the time. All the time.
Oh, you remember.
Again,
I know it's
remember, yes. The last segment idea she brought to me was, let's just talk about sex. And I was like, no, I don't want to. No. I was like, you can, but I don't have anything to say. So I was like, what are we talking here? So I'm like, okay, she's my most sex positive friend. That's not to say I'm not sex positive. Let me just say that. Sex is great, love it, all the things. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing that I'm talking about all the time. So I say it's not my subject matter. That's my word for this episode. My little phrase.
Not my target audience.
Not my target audience. So I'm having these thoughts, and I'm like, wait a minute. This new rise of pop stars are specifically like sex positive. Like, it's like a thing. Like, there have been multiple articles about it. Like, people are talking about that. Like, the conversation is shifting around women and sex. It used to be that it was like either sex was only for a man,
or you're a hoe,
or you're a hoe. And so that paradigm is shifting, which again has been shifting for years. Britney Spears, Beyonce, like people who have gone before us in so many ways to build this path here.
Yep.
And so I think this is the first generation where they're sex positive and they're not ashamed of it, if that makes sense. And so I say this to say, again, that's not so, yeah. So I say this to say, it hits me. which is how all
great things
happen, is it comes to me either in the middle of the night or while I'm driving. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's a twofold thing. One, the religion of it all.
All right. Well,
as we well know, Hayden and religion, there's a backstory there. Things have happened. Okay, we'll get into it one day. But
things have happened is such a funny thing to say.
It's a strange journey. Okay, but she specifically, again, we'll get into kind of how we lived very similar but also very different lives. She lived in Anderson where it would she could not escape religion or the church that we were a part of. Like, it was a part of every single thing that they did. Where in Greenville, that was not the case. Okay, two very different kind of vibes. I say that to say, I feel like you had lots of actual religion, like not Christianity, but like religion. Happening. Legalism. Yes, legalism is the perfect word. Like, happening that you were kind of indoctrinated with. That was like, oh, this is just the way that it is, and so therefore this is how I live in order to be
also just a product of being in the Bible Belt in a small town.
Right, like this is just small town USA. Which again, Greenville has that as well, but
it was growing.
It was growing, and it was just, we had lots of different high schools and the thing was lots of different churches. That's not to say Anderson doesn't have a lot of churches, but this one was by far the biggest, by far the most influential. It was just a whole
loudest
thing. So I say this to say, there's some like religion of it all that's like still stuck in her. That's like her immediate like, whoa, what is this? When I'm like, wait a minute, I won't even touch the smut books. You will. So why is Tate McRae of all people getting this reaction when you've given me just snippets of smut books that will scar me for the rest of my life? And so I had this thought. Then I think, okay, the second fold, she is now in a way like to fight this legalism, like in a great way, like through therapy. Yes, not even overcorrected, but like you have said, like, no, that's not going to be who I am. Like, I'm sex positive. I believe in sex. It can be for it's for men and women and all the things and whatever. But we know you. She's a competitive bitch.
I do get a little jealous.
And so she sees Sabrina and Tate.
They're my competition.
As competition.
I was supposed to be the sex positive girly pop. Yeah. And they are taking my spot.
They're taking the world by storm. And this isn't fair. And I understand where she's
what you're telling me is I'm not a girl's girl.
No. You are. But it just like all of us, we have our missteps. And without wonderful friends like me,
missteps
to keep us on course,
not missteps,
we will find ourselves screaming in the back of a Suburban, this is horty music.
I think it is less the religion thing and more the jealousy thing.
Right, but you admitted the other day that you think you think I'm correct.
Yeah, I do. I also think,
and I would agree, I think it's more the competition thing for sure, but there's some things about you that I laugh at because I'm like, that's the small town.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's what I'll also say. In middle school and high school, pop songs were popular because they sounded good and everyone liked them. So there was a pressure to like them, right? Now, I don't feel that pressure necessarily. And I'm looking for songs with like emotional value. And some pop songs just don't have that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't need a song to feel good, like to play in the background to feel good, because I'm not playing music in the background. If I'm listening to music, it's intentional, and I want it to be lyrically important to me.
Yeah, that's where we're very different.
Sports car ain't gonna do it. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
and I hear you.
I just don't know what. That's me, espresso. It ain't it.
And you're wrong.
And I just am not. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm saying it is not worth me saving to my Apple Music.
Yeah. Y'all need to know that I've legit had this conversation with Clay. Her take on music is the number one thing that has me questioning our friendship.
Really?
100%.
You talked about me with Clay?
Never. Just this one time.
So, okay, tell me how it goes. Pretend I'm Clay. So you'll go, no, like I really...
Give me the play-by-play immediately.
I really like Hayden.
No, so this is kind of where it comes from. is so Clay and I. Okay, so this is a funny thing that we should talk about as well. So we went to the lake a couple months ago, or yeah, in January.
Yeah.
At the us
Banks
Wilson's, and we all drove up separately.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And me and Clay got there late because Clay had to work a little bit later than we thought, and we get there last, and the first thing Hayden asks us is, what did y'all talk about in the car?
Because I've never known you to ride in the car together.
Right, because you're
always arriving separate,
yes.
Or you're riding with somebody else.
Yes, I should have prefaced with that, yes, because I've always had a more flexible work schedule no matter where I've worked. So, and for me, again, body of water, I'm going to get there as soon as I possibly can.
Right.
So if Derek and Callie are leaving at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and Clay has to work until 4, most of
I'm
the
surprised
time,
you didn't go with Callie.
And I almost did, was the thing.
Right.
But I had told Clay earlier that day, because he thought he was going to be able to get off earlier, like it was around the same time. And I know he loves to ride together. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this for him, whatever. Well, it turned into me being an absolute bitch because I was so pissed he was taking so long to get home. But I say this to say, we get there and she's like, what did y'all talk about? Because it is very real. We like, just because of circumstance, always, we just never end up riding together a lot of the times. So I was laughing because I was like, well, it's funny that you asked this specific time. Because I wasn't mad at Clay.
You were just mad at the situation.
I was mad at the situation. I was mad that like, too. I was mad. I thought that I could get to the lake earlier than I was planning. You know, it was just at the situation. And my y'all know this about me, but like my vice, my coping, my every therapy literally is music. Like I listen to music so again in a very intentional way, but not just lyrically, in how I'm feeling.
Yeah,
it helps
it's an emotional
process
thing.
Things.
Yeah.
So I tell him, I'm like, here's the thing. I'm not mad at you, but I am mad. I need to just listen to music. Mm-hmm. I said for the next 20 minutes, a 40-minute ride ends up being all 40 minutes.
Yep.
But just because I just needed to like,
you had to get your head in the game.
I needed a reset.
Yep.
He's like, totally fine. Do what you got to do. So for the next 40 minutes, we did not speak.
Silence.
We literally not silence. We were just listening to music, which again, most of the time, which is what we discovered when she asked this, was me and Clay listen to music.
Yeah.
Like when we're in the car, that's what we're going to listen to. And that's a very exciting thing for us. Like we're going to talk about the new music that we're listening to. Yeah. I'm going to show him the stuff that I'm excited about. He's going to show me the stuff he's excited about. We're going to sing. Cause like we love to sing. Like
we're aware.
We'll love it. I'm telling you in another life, I'm a pop star.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that's literally what we do. It's like music is a crucial part. Then I started thinking about when Clay and I started dating. A month into our relationship, he surprises me with tickets to one of our favorite bands called Mr. Wives. Very tiny band. It's a tiny concert in Atlanta. And I remember thinking, we were a month in. I said, if he's not fun at this concert, we're going to break up.
Yeah.
Like I was like, there is a non-negotiable for me. It's concerts. If you're not good at a concert, we're done. Mm-hmm. And what do you know? So fun. Yeah. We had the best freaking time. It was so amazing. And that was honestly the first time where I was like, marriage.
Wait a second.
Dating. Maybe this is a thing I should do.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm into this.
Shocked.
And so I say this to say, music is so crucial to my existence. Right. Like it matters so much to me from day one. I was the girl who was on LimeWire, on YouTube, on MySpace, trying to find the new music, making burnt CDs.
And I was too, but to be popular.
Right.
Not for me.
Right. And that's where that's the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. It's like, it's because I wanted to go to sleep to a certain song or a specific different song every night because of how it made me feel or what I was loving or how I felt that day because of how much I loved that music versus, yes, like I'm going to play this. I was
trying to find a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Based off my music taste.
Which is my worst nightmare.
Right.
I cannot stand inauthenticity in music.
It wasn't inauthenticity. Is that right? It wasn't inauthentic. It was, if I listen to the songs that I like from brand new,
yeah,
I'm going to attract a brand new guy.
Yeah. And you may not know all of them, but at least...
But I know the ones...
You know the ones
enough to speak the language.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I understand that. Yeah. But again, that's where it's...
Yeah, that would never be something you did.
No, never in a million years. And like, I actually... And that's where, I mean, you're not disingenuous when you like music, but I think I would get mad at people in high school who would just like the popular... Or like, be like, oh yeah, no, I love Trevor Hall. And it's like, you've never listened to his music.
No one likes Trevor Hall like Morgan likes
Trevor
Hall.
You've never listened to him and like... You know the lime tree. Like until you can tell me Om Shakti Om every single lyric, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
You've got to go.
So I say this to say, it is jarring to me whenever Now, again, it's not necessarily because we have a lot of music in common. We've gone to multiple concerts together. Like, music is a huge part of our friendship, but there are some parts of music that I love so much that I'm like, I can't believe I don't share this with Hayden. Like, this is so crazy to me because
she's so obsessed.
I know, this is the thing. Hayden's so obsessed that I'm talking about this.
I love it. I love when people talk about me.
But it's just crazy to me because Clay and I, it's like, that is such a, like, anyone important in my life, music is a core value in it.
But
like,
Callie doesn't listen to music.
Right, but that's the thing. We have other things that we're
crafting.
Exactly. Like, we can find other things. And again, that's just say, like, music's, because again, me and Callie have still been to 2 concerts together.
Yeah, true.
We've been to she came to the Jonas Brothers.
I forgot about the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, Callie may not listen to music, but Callie's down.
Callie's always down.
You know what I mean? And so, like, when I was...
Well, when she's down, she's down. When she's not down,
when she's down for the count, she's down for the count. But when she's down to rally, she's down to rally.
Yeah.
And so when I was desperately trying to find someone to buy another floor seat with me to the Jonas Brothers...
She said...
Who was the one who's like, yeah, I'll go. Who cares?
Yep.
Callie Banks. And I love her forever for that. So, again, it's so funny to me. And I think that's where I am so passionate about it. Which, again, not that you're not passionate about music. I'm just passionate about Gracie Abrams and Taylor Swift. Right. And that's where... on this journey of this podcast, you're going to watch this journey of her. That's going to break. That's going to break.
Should we talk about what we're going to talk about?
So now that we're a swift 47 minutes in,
okay.
And you do have to pick up your children in 6 minutes, I'm going to say, let's hold off on the fun story of how we met.
So this themed episode was, what's your life path number?
Yeah. More to come on that.
Roasting me about music.
Yep.
What else did we talk about?
And basically just shooting the shit. This was a perfect example of us shooting the shit for 45 minutes.
And I think it was good content.
Content?
It was good content.
It was great content.
It's great content out there. We're going to put it out there as great content. You know what I'm saying?
Top tier.
Top tier content. Off the rails. Morgan, tell them what we're going to do. Thanks for listening.
We're gonna...
scorch the earth.
It's the... That really just...
Well, you know, music is my...
Okay.
Music is
Bye!
my passion. Music is my passion. Music is my lover.